Hello, fellow hitchhikers. My name is David, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi. I talk a lot about books on my channel, and today I am going to be celebrating Towel Day. I'm wearing a towel, and you may be wondering why I'm doing this. Today, on the 25th of May, every single year, every fan of Douglas's Neil Adams' work openly carries a towel around with them the whole day to show their appreciation and love for the author. Um, I've been a I've been reading Douglas's work for a couple of years now, and yeah, just thought I'd just show you what my collection is about his work and discuss him in more detail. Um, he was obviously he is a British author. He writes a lot of sci-fi, and his most well-known work is the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy novels. He has written a trilogy of novels about a detective called Dirk Gently, which I've ordered the first book on eBay, so it should be coming soon. And I'm about halfway through watching the first season of the show on Netflix, so I'm extremely um, enjoying that right now. He has written. Oh no, wait. So he was actually first. He was actually born on the 11th of March, 1952, and he died on the 11th of May, 2001. He's written numerous things for Doctor Who as well. I'm not sure whether it's the script or whether it's the overall story of these TV episodes, but he's written the City of Death episode, Sharda, and the Pirate Planet, which is the second part of the Key to Time series. He had, and I mean, all of them are in book form, so you can buy them in paperback. But I am going to get them on my Kindle at some point. And he's also written other works for Doctor Who as well. Douglas is a very unusual author as he writes from his perspective of society and humans from his point of view. Um, I just want to read you a little bit of the introduction to this copy of the Hitchhiker's Guides, which is the first copy of this book I've actually got. This is the first one I picked up, and when I saw this in the store, I wasn't quite sure whether I wanted to commit myself to reading the whole of his Hitchhiker's books. So I picked this one up in the store, read the first page, loved it, bought it immediately. So let me just read you the introduction as well. It says here, Douglas Adams was born in 1952 and created all the the various manifestations of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy: radio, novel, TV, computer game, stage adaptation, comic book, and bath towel. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was published 30 years ago on the 12th of October 1979, and its success sent the book straight to number one in the UK bestseller list. In 1984, Douglas Adams became the youngest author to be awarded a Golden Pan, which must be some sort of reward for writers. His series has sold over 15 million books in the UK, the US, Australia, and also the bestseller in German, Swedish, and many other languages. This feature, the feature film starring Martin Freeman with Stephen Fry as the guide was released in 2005, using much of Douglas's original script and ideas. Douglas lived with his wife and daughter in California, where he died in 2001. So yeah. So I just want to show you my overall collection as well. So obviously I've got my first copy of Hitchhiker's Guide, which was published in 1979. So I really like this. This is fantastic. It is complete and utter fantastic, marvelous, ridiculous nonsense. It really is. It is so good. It is sci-fi and it's comedy as well. It will cheer you up in this time that we're currently in, this crazy time that we all live in. And yeah, it will make you smile. Never has a book made me smile and laugh so much. And then after I read that, because I read it twice, I read it last year and this year as well. Because this year I was thinking, okay, it's one of the things I wanted to complete was reading the whole of the Hitchhiker's Guide books. Excuse me. So I got all the so I got this collection, which is the Ultimate Collection, which has the whole 5 original novels by Douglas, which are obviously the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is the first novel. The Restaurant at the End of the at the End of the Universe, which was published in 1980, which is the best. Which I mean, that and Restaurant are my favourite books of the trilogy. Then you got Life, the Universe, and Everything, which was published in 1982. Not my favourite, but still good. So Long and Thanks to All the Fish, which was published in 1984. Good novel. And the last one published by Adams, which was called Mostly Harmless, which was published in 1992. There is another continuation of the trilogy called And Another Thing. I haven't got that novel. I am planning to get it at some point when I get paid at the end of the month. Obviously, I'm still getting paid because of the furlough scheme over in the UK. And that's written by a guy called Colfer. I don't really know anything about his work, and I don't know how much of Douglas's ideas are in that book or whether it's completely that author's story. But it is a continuation of the world. I do have another copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide, which is an old battered copy of the original cover. This is how the guide should look, all battered and yellowed, and it's clearly been in some kid's pocket in the playground. So yeah, really good. That's how the guide should be. It shouldn't be preserved. It should be battered and used. And then you have the movies, which is the movie obviously by Martin Freeman, and this was made in 2005. Not a brilliant one, but I enjoy it. Really good. I watched it last night in order to watch this. In order for Tell Day, I watched this last night. If that makes sense. It's a good adaptation. If it's not perfect, but if you're trying to get into the Hitchhiker's Guide, it's a good place to start. But I love the then you got the TV series, which was made in 1981. This follows the events of the first 2 books. So the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the Restaurant at the End of the Universe are covered in this. It is really good. It is really old, but it is fantastic. And it is done by the BBC, and it is really good. I highly recommend that you watch this because you will enjoy it. And it follows the novels really, really closely. Unlike the movie, which kind of did its own thing. I do have a couple more novels from Douglas, which are actually about Douglas. This one's called Don't Panic, Douglas Adams and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and this was written by Neil Gaiman. This is very short, like an autobiography. I haven't read this, but I'm planning to. And I've also got a copy of Starship Titanic, which was referenced in one of the guide's novels, the 3rd one, Life, the Universe, and Everything. This was briefly mentioned. The Starship Titanic was mentioned in that novel, and this has got a movie based on it. Not a movie, a video game based on it. And this is a novel. This is a book based on that video game. And this covers from the video game as well. I haven't played the video game, but you can watch like walkthroughs of it online. But yeah, so let me just read you the little part of the Hitchhiker's Guide, because I think that will give you a flavour of Douglas's writing style. So let me just... Sorry guys, it does take me a while to do these videos, so I really appreciate you guys watching these. So yeah, so this is how the book opens up. It has no spoilers in it, so it just gives you a flavour about Douglas's writing style. So, far out in the uncharted backwaters of the unfashionable end of the western spiral arm of the galaxy lies a small unregarded yellow sun. Orbiting this, at a distance roughly 92 million miles, is an utterly insignificant little blue-green planet whose ape-descended life forms are so amazingly primitive that they still think digital watches are a pretty neat idea. So I just fixing my glasses. This planet has, or rather had, a problem, which was this. Most of the people living on it were unhappy for pretty much of the time. Many solutions were suggested for this problem, but most of these were largely concerned with the movements of small green pieces of paper, which is odd because on the whole it wasn't the small green on the whole it wasn't the small green pieces of paper that were unhappy. And so the problem remains. Lots of the people were mean and most of them were miserable, even the ones with digital watches. So that kind of gives you a flavour about Douglas's writing style. He perceives, and about how he perceives us as a society, and all that. Also, fun fact as well. If you watch the TV series, you do see Douglas in this. He does make an appearance at the very beginning, pretty much in the start, the part where I read. And you do see his bare naked ass in this. That's extremely... that tells you his commitment to the series as a whole and to the franchise, as if any novelist who is willing to show his bare naked ass in order to promote his novel or his TV series in this case gets a massive thumbs up from me. Maybe Stephen King will do that in the new adaptation of The Stand. We'll have to wait and see. But the story of Hitchhikers, just very briefly. Or as briefly as I can without any spoilers. Opens up with a man called Arthur Dent, who is an Earthman, and he is wearing he's wearing his pajamas. Let me just move my towel down. He's actually wearing his pajamas and a dressing gown. That's why I'm wearing a dressing gown for this video. And he finds out that his best friend's Ford Prefect is not who he says he is. He is an alien from another world who has been living on Earth, and he has been doing this because he is writing a novel, or called the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And this is kind of like a tablet where it's a encyclopedia of everything that a hitchhiker needs to know about the galaxy in order to get by. It's kind of like a guidebook to the galaxy, as it were. Douglas actually got this idea by laying in the fields one day while reading a copy of a novel called The Hitchhiker's Guide to Europe. And he was thinking how cool it would be if someone done a novel called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So anyway, after Arthur finds out Ford's secret, Ford tells Arthur that there is only a matter of minutes before the Earth is destroyed by a species of alien called the Vogons. Ford and Arthur hitchhike onto a Vogon spaceship moments before the Earth is destroyed. This happens straight at the beginning of the novel, and it's exploring their journey to, amongst the galaxy as well, and Arthur's experiences in space, and in all these, with all these strange and marvelous characters. As the story progresses, they do meets some other well-known characters in this that are throughout the whole of the books as well. One which is a alien which has two heads, one on either side of his head, one here and one head on his shoulder, and he has 3 arms. He has 1 extra arm, and his name is Zaphod Beetlebrox, and he is the president of the universe, and he is kind of like a space cowboy, more or less like Han Solo or Indiana Jones. But his ego is really high. It's like he is really up himself. He thinks of himself as a ladies' man. And you have a woman there called Trillian, who is a woman from Earth who went with Zaphod in his spaceship and went on all these adventures because she wanted to explore the galaxy and be more adventurous. And you have like the most, and I mean she's fine. And you have like my favorite character in the whole series called Marvin, who is a very depressed robot. Who he has like wonderful lines like "Life, don't talk to me about life," and he keeps on. He says he has like a really big, vast mind, and how he kind of feels unutilized because he's been made to do all these minute tasks like, oh, go and pick up these hitchhikers from our ship and bring them to us, or pick up this piece of paper, or carry this here, or fetch this. And he has like a wide, intelligence, and he feels unutilized. And he is very depressed throughout the whole novels. And he always makes me smile. He always makes me laugh. He's such an enduring character. And as the story progresses, all these characters, when they come together, they find out that Zaphod is trying to find a planet called Magagraphia, which is a planet that is responsible for building other planets. That's actually that planet's business. That's that planet's job, to actually build and construct all these other worlds. Yeah, it's really good. The whole of the Hitchhiker's Guide novels, not just the first one, all of them don't have a strict storyline. They don't have a really complex plot. They kind of have like it kind of has like, right, we need to find this planet, or we need to find this artifact, or we need to go to this destination, and throughout the novel it's about getting from point A to point B, and what's in between is a series of sketches or funny situations that the characters get themselves into. Like one of my favorite, I'm not sure if it's in the first book, but one of my favorite moments in the novel or the series was like Arthur's on the spaceship with all of his friends, and he's trying to make the computer make the perfect cup of tea, and the computer, who is this vast superior machine who has knowledge on all of the galaxy, is struggling to actually make a cup of tea, and the ship refuses to defend itself against a fleet of, I think, Vogon ships that is trying to destroy them, because the computer is more occupied about trying to make the board's perfect cup of tea, which should be simple for it to do, rather than defending the crew from a fleet of Vogon ships that are trying to kill them. I thought that was really funny. So yeah, that's really been my that's really been my video for Tau Day, really. Thank you for watching my videos, guys. I really do appreciate it. It does take me a while to do these videos. It does take me many takes, and because I may say something different or wrong, I want to do a different take. Or maybe some people from my house have been interrupting me, like people have been hoovering today, and some people come into my room, and it does get me irritated, but it's fine. But thank you for watching my videos, guys. I really do appreciate it. So like, comment, and subscribe if you like my video as well, and watch my other videos as well, guys. I will be doing a Percy Jackson video tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading. And whatever you do, don't forget where your towel is. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.